No one expected something like this to happen on an open wildlife reserve in the southern United States. Not the rangers. Not the visitors. And definitely not the animals. The morning started calm. The sky was pale and wide, the kind that makes everything feel slow. Tall grass moved gently under a light wind, and the land felt still, almost empty. Near the edge of the reserve, beyond a stretch of dry soil and scattered trees, a baby elephant stood alone. He was very young. Too young to be by himself. His legs were thin and shaky. His skin still had soft folds, and his trunk dragged through the dirt as he walked in small circles. He had been calling out for hours. Not loud. Not strong. Just short, tired sounds that faded into the air with no answer. The calf had lost his mother the night before. No one saw it happen. Rangers later found signs of struggle near the fence line. Broken branches. Deep tracks. Then nothing. The herd had moved on, but the baby had not followed. He had stayed behind, confused, waiting. Now he stood in the open with no cover and no protection. That was when the lions appeared. First one shape moved through the grass. Then another. Then more. A full pride stepped into view. They did not rush. They did not roar. They spread out slowly, quiet and focused like they had done this many times before. The calf froze. His ears lifted. His breathing became fast and uneven. He tried to run. He took 2 steps and stumbled. His legs were not ready. He turned and backed toward a small rise in the ground, pressing his body against it like it could hide him. The lions closed the space. They circled him with care, each one watching, waiting. This was not play. This was hunger. The air felt heavy, tight, like it was holding its breath. The baby elephant let out a sharp cry. It echoed once and then fell flat. No herd answered. No adult came running. From far away, birds lifted into the sky. A deer stopped moving at the tree line. Everything else went quiet. The lions lowered their bodies. One of them stepped forward. And then the ground shook. At first it was faint. A low vibration more felt than heard. The grass trembled. Dust lifted from the dirt. The lions paused. The sound grew stronger. Slow. Steady. Heavy. From the far end of the field, something massive moved out from between the trees. An adult elephant. He was huge. Older. His skin was rough and marked with scars. One tusk was shorter than the other, worn down from years of use. He walked alone, his head high, his steps calm but firm. No one on the reserve had seen him in months. Rangers knew of him, but only by tracks and rare reports. He stayed away from herds. Away from people. Away from trouble. Until now. The bull stepped fully into the open. The lions turned to face him. He did not charge. He did not rush. He kept walking forward, slow and certain. Each step pushed power into the ground. His ears spread wide. His trunk lifted slightly. Then he let out a deep sound. It was not loud, but it was strong. It rolled across the land and settled into the bones of everything that heard it. The lions hesitated. One step back. Then another. The bull kept coming. The circle broke. The lions pulled away, not in panic, but with care, like they knew better than to stay. One by one, they slipped back into the grass until only the wind remained. The baby elephant did not move. The bull reached him and stopped. He lowered his head and gently touched the calf's side with his trunk. The baby leaned into him without fear. Rain began to fall. Soft at first. Then steady. The bull stood over the calf, blocking the world around him. Water ran down his back and soaked into the ground beneath their feet. From a high ridge nearby, a ranger watched in silence, unable to look away. Something rare had just happened. And it was only the beginning. The rain lasted longer than expected. It darkened the soil and flattened the grass, washing away the sharp lines of the tracks left by the lions. The bull elephant remained still the entire time, his body angled outward, his attention fixed on the land around them. The baby stayed close, pressed against his front leg, breathing slow now, calmer. When the rain finally eased, the bull moved first. He did not rush. He took one step forward, then paused. The calf lifted his head, unsure, then followed. His steps were uneven, but he tried. Each time he stumbled, the bull slowed, never leaving him behind. They began to walk. Not toward the trees. Not toward cover. They walked into open land. The bull chose a path that avoided the main trails, cutting across ground few animals used. He moved with purpose, as if he already knew where he was going. The calf stayed so close that his shoulder brushed the bull's leg with every step. From the ridge, the ranger followed at a distance. His name was Aaron. He had worked on the reserve for 9 years and had seen things most people never would. But this was different. He knew the bull. Not by name but by story. Rangers talked about him in low voices. A lone elephant that moved like he was on a mission. One that showed up near danger then vanished again. Some thought he was just passing through. Others believed he watched more than anyone realized. Aaron had never seen him this close. He lowered his binoculars and whispered, "Stay safe, little one." The bull and calf walked for hours. They crossed shallow ground where water once flowed. They passed old trees scarred by lightning and time. The calf grew tired, his steps slower, his trunk dragging again. When he stopped, the bull stopped. When he rested, the bull waited. As the sun dropped, the air cooled. They reached a small clearing where the grass was shorter and the ground was firm. The bull stopped and stood watch while the calf curled down beside him. The baby slept quickly, his body rising and falling against the bull's leg. That night, the land was not quiet. Coyotes called from far away. Something moved through the brush, unseen. The bull did not sleep. He stayed alert, ears shifting, trunk lifting now and then to test the air. At dawn, the calf woke to the sound of the bull moving dirt over his back, a gentle layer of dry soil to keep insects away. The baby tried to copy him, flinging dirt with poor aim and clumsy joy. For the first time since losing his mother, he played. They continued moving over the next days. The bull led the calf to water spots hidden by trees and rocks. Places not marked on maps. Places remembered, not recorded. The calf learned to drink without rushing. To wait. To listen. He watched everything the bull did. When the bull lifted his trunk to smell the wind, the calf did the same. When the bull paused before crossing open ground, the calf paused too. They were not just traveling. They were learning each other. News of the sighting spread among the rangers. More than one team tried to follow them, but the bull never stayed long enough. He moved before sunrise, changed direction often, and left little behind. Still, signs appeared. 2 sets of tracks. One large. One small. Always together. A week later, Aaron received a call from another ranger station near a wide water basin. His voice was low but urgent. "There's a big bull here," he said. "And a calf. They're not alone." Aaron drove fast. When he reached the basin, he stopped short. Across the water, a herd of elephants stood still. They were not charging. Not leaving. They were watching. The bull stood at the edge of the basin with the calf beside him. He did not move toward the herd. He did not turn away either. The calf noticed them. His ears lifted. His body leaned forward without thought. Something deep inside him recognized what his eyes were seeing. The bull stepped slightly in front of him, not blocking, just steadying. The herd waited. And then the matriarch took one slow step forward. The matriarch moved with calm control. Her steps were slow, her head level, her eyes steady. The herd stayed behind her, quiet and alert. The calf shifted his weight, unsure, then reached out with his trunk, testing the air between them. The matriarch stopped a short distance away. She lowered her trunk and touched the ground, then lifted it toward the calf. He answered with a small sound, thin but brave. The sound seemed to settle something in the air. One by one, the other elephants stepped closer. They did not crowd him. They formed a wide circle, leaving space. Trunks reached out, gentle and careful. The calf stood still as they touched his back, his head, his legs. He was shaking, but he did not pull away. The bull watched everything. He did not push forward. He did not retreat. His body stayed tall and firm, ready if needed. The matriarch turned her attention to him then. She studied the scars along his side and the worn edge of his tusk. The moment stretched. Then she stepped closer and brushed his face with her trunk. The bull released a low rumble, deep and steady. The herd answered. The circle widened, and the calf moved back toward the bull, pressing against his leg. No one stopped him. No one chased him away. The bull took one slow step forward. Then another. He entered the circle, not alone, but with the calf at his side. The herd began to move together, slow and careful at first. Calves stayed close to their mothers. Older elephants watched the land, scanning for danger. The bull walked near the center, the young calf never leaving his side. The days that followed were not easy. Food was scarce, and the land grew dry as the season changed. The herd had to travel farther, crossing wide open ground where predators often waited. The matriarch led with experience, but now she was not alone in guarding the group. The bull took position at the edges when they rested. When the herd moved, he stayed slightly behind, watching the rear where the young ones were most at risk. One evening the wind shifted. The bull stopped suddenly. His ears lifted. His trunk froze in the air. The matriarch noticed at once and slowed the herd. From the brush ahead came movement. Oh, silent. Lions. Not a full pride this time. 3 adults, thin and desperate. They did not rush. They waited. The bull stepped forward, placing himself between the lions and the herd. He did not call out. He did not threaten. He charged. The ground shook as he moved. Dust flew. One lion turned and ran. The second followed. The third hesitated for a breath too long and then fled. The herd stayed close together until the danger passed. That night, the calf slept pressed against the bull's side, safe. Morning came with clear skies and quiet air. The herd moved again, calm but alert. What had happened the night before did not fade. Stayed with them. The matriarch slowed her pace and allowed the bull to walk beside her. No signals were given. No challenge was made. The choice was clear without words. He belonged here. The young calf grew stronger each day. His steps were steadier. His calls louder. He no longer walked in fear. He walked with trust. When he wandered too far, the bull was there. When he played, the bull watched. When danger came, the bull stood first. Rangers continued to track the herd from a distance. They noticed the change. The herd was tighter, more aware, more confident. At the center of it all walked the old bull and the once lost calf. The story spread beyond the reserve. People spoke of strength, of protection, of a bond that formed without blood or force. But the truth was simple. An animal once alone chose to stand instead of walk away. A calf without a future found one because someone answered his call. As the herd disappeared into the wide grasslands, the bull stayed close, no longer a shadow on the land. He had found his place. And this time he was not leaving. Weeks passed and the land began to change again. Fresh grass rose after light rains, and the herd moved with more ease. The danger did not disappear, but it no longer ruled every step. The young calf was not the same anymore. He walked with confidence now. His trunk lifted often, curious and bold. He played with other calves, chased birds, splashed in shallow water. But when he tired, when the world felt too big, he returned to the bull without question. The bull remained steady. He did not seek attention. He did not try to lead. His role was simple and clear. He watched. He guarded. He stayed. Other elephants noticed. They walked closer to him now. They rested without tension when he was near. Even the matriarch allowed moments of calm she had not known in a long time. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the land in gold, the calf leaned into the bull's side and rested his head there. The bull did not move. He stood firm, eyes on the horizon. This was not chance. It was choice. A lonely calf had been given more than safety. He had been given time to grow. And an elephant who once walked alone now walked with purpose. Not as a hero. Not as a legend. Just as family.